not do that.
Well, I mean, like, I'm
Make it
saying,
easier
like...
on my waitress. She'd be like, are you not drinking anything?
No.
But
No, you'd have
like,
to
be
sneak.
sneaky, though.
You gotta be sneaky at a bar. You gotta be slick.
Not if you drink beer in a can.
And I can't.
Because it's not see-through.
Yeah.
Like
But it's not a cup, so how can you fill it?
How what?
Is it just cups?
It's a
Or
very
is it, like,
specific
anything
power.
that you're drinking out of?
Anything I'm drinking. We'll keep it
I
broad,
wouldn't
okay?
choose. I wouldn't choose if I could choose a superpower to know every lyric. You know how cool it'd be though. Like, do you know this song? And when he says it, you have no fucking clue
But
what
you're
that
like,
song is.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. And then he plays it, and you able to sing it.
So just like by default,
can
you don't have
impress
to do anything.
everyone.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to like listen to a song once to do it, or
Because I actually thought about that too, but then it wouldn't. Because the only situations I would want to need, like I would need to know a song, I haven't heard it already. So yeah, it would need to be just every song, even if you haven't heard it.
Interesting.
No, that is a one I would choose, but I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
Because I think teleportation would probably be mine. You know how much money you'd save?
Control of the space-time continuum.
I could sell my car.
You could. If I was super strong, I could sell my car. I know what you mean. Though. Just totally.
If I could turn invisible, I could sell my car.
Basically,
Here's a podcast right here. We should.
You
We
can
should
sell your car whenever.
No, this should be a podcast topic.
What about your superpower?
No, I'm talking about not one.
Whenever I was a kid, though, it was always just like telepathy or telekinesis, because it's like so many powers in one. Because you can lift objects with your mind, so it's like Magneto, but it's times 2. You can make yourself float, aka you can fly.
It's a loophole. That's infinite wishes.
Well, that's the space-time continuum as well. Because with the space-time continuum, you can
Start telekinesis. They can't
Stop.
manipulate time.
fast forward, move backwards in time, and you can make the Earth
I wouldn't.
rotate to where you displace yourself, so you can teleport.
Quote me
Yeah,
on this.
but-
I wouldn't want that power.
yeah, but we'll
That's-
say now.
I mean,
we're
yeah.
making the rules as we go. That's cheating.
How is
That
that
is-
cheating? It's an ability.
Who has it?
Hero.
I'll
from
just tell you
Heroes.
what. I'll just tell you what. If
Hero Nakamura, it's a good show.
if we get to choose, which we are, I wouldn't choose that.
Wait. No, we gotta save this for a podcast. We can just talk about like compare like different powers and shit.
Like we just know.
Huh?
That's the bad thing about having a
What do you
conversation
mean you
about
just
stuff.
know?
That's what I'm saying. Like having a conversation about stuff like that is hard because there are no rules. How do you decide?
What
like,
are
if you're
the rules?
choosing, like which
Well, you can
powers
still
can you?
argue, definitely. That's what people.
Which
are
we would
interested
do
in.
either way.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm sure we do all the time.
Yeah.
I'm checking something out.
But, like, another interesting aspect of this conversation is like, because our money makes the world go round. So if I could teleport, that was my power. What job? I mean, like honestly.
Delivery service.
Honestly, I could just. Well, they
You
could
could
be
just
a bigger
you
table.
could just rob banks.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Oh.
That's not. You know.
That's not morally you.
Yeah. No.
No, I
It
think
isn't.
I think a
Would
non.
you not feel like shit?
Yeah, but I don't have superpowers. I think my morality level would be slightly skewed if I had the abilities to teleport.
But it's
Yeah.
more interesting to find a job to where you're not breaking the law to make money.
Yeah,
with your
because you're
stuff.
just assuming we're all going to be superheroes whenever that happens. whenever I get to choose my superpower, whenever I turn 28, everybody knows that's when you get to.
Dude, no, we put a whole shit ton of random superpowers in a hat and we all draw one.
And then we have
And
to
that's what we
defend
have.
it.
Yeah.
Why it's the best superpower.
We could put like, there's like 50, okay,
Mhm.
total. 5 of them are like shitty powers. You know?
I wonder if they have like a random power generator.
I don't know, I think drawing it
Instead
on
of
a
us
hat would be
sitting,
more
yeah.
interesting.
With the audience do it.
The
You
audience.
pass around a thing, and then they just like.
Oh,
pick one
this
us.
is for a podcast.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could
we
do
just
that
in
right
our
now.
free time. I don't want to fucking do that.
We just all
Play-
sit on the counter.
Let's play a fucking video game with where I have powers. I don't need to hypothetically choose
Fuck
one
off,
I'll
huh?
never have. Yeah. Oh
You have the
shit.
power to respawn every time you die.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty dope.
You can also have a dog revive you,
Come pick you to lick your face.
but a plane can't
Hey,
revive you.
wake up.
Dude could revive me. That lick looks pretty
Look
alive.
at that, showering yourself, dude. I have the ability to always be clean. Always.
Take a shower.
Always.
That's a good one.
You're just always clean.
I don't know,
See, but
I
I
don't-
like the
I
act.
don't have the
I
problem.
like the activity of taking a shower.
Same, I don't have a problem
Yeah,
taking
but
a
I also
shower.
don't have a problem with walking around or driving. But I still want to fly.
Yeah, but I have a problem with money though. Is my
But I just have
and so I could sell my car and I wouldn't have to pay for gas.
Yeah, and then join a circus to make money.
To make that money.
fly?
Smoking mirrors, smoking mirrors.
Who's that?
Go rest. Modest.
Modest?
Fuck, this is not rated PG-13. I get as many fucks as I
Because
want.
this is just where we're talking about nothing. This is couch talking for me. But no, I guess we should just do our normal intro. Ooh. What's up, guys? My name is Damien.
My name's Kyle.
And I'm Alex.
We're Al Mindset and we make short films and we review movies. We are doing neither of those things today, but we're gonna talk about it.
Kind of, yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about literally whatever we want until we decide to turn on this camera. But I know that like first we just got done watching Captain America: Civil War.
Yes.
Because cause Kyle hasn't seen it, and because we are so
I'm sorry.
stoked
I'm sorry, guys.
for Infinity War because we have our tickets fucking purchased, baby.
Also, there wasn't a movie tonight, so this is what
Yeah,
we're doing.
this is a
It's
good
our
excuse.
substitution.
So we can just talk about Civil War, but we can talk about what we're excited for Infinity War, because my goodness, I know that we all are very excited.
Each and every one of you guys.
Because I know that like anytime people talk about how excited they are for this movie, it's always like, wow, we've been waiting so long for this, and even Marvel is like, you guys have been waiting forever for this movie. But for me, it's like don't get me wrong. Yes, it has been a long time coming, but I'm just excited to see these people all in a movie together, period.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not I had to wait for it or not,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see Spider-Man and Rocket Raccoon in a scene together.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a guy who can shoot webs out of his hands and he's a teenager
And a
with a
talking
cybernetic enhanced raccoon. This is everything that I wanted. Because I remember Justice League coming out around the same time, or the trailers coming around the same time as Star Wars.
Mhm.
And I remember we were always talking like, whoa, what are you more excited for? And in my head, I went, Justice League. Because I don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars. It's like, it's the holy grail of my childhood and media entertainment as nerds in general. But I think I like superheroes more. They have had more of an impact on me as a young lad growing up.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, learning the lessons that I did from old cartoons and from my parents telling me to, like, do, like, you know, superheroes are like, act like we do. So I think I like superheroes more.
One of the cool things that oh my goodness, superheroes have over
This
Star
is our
Wars.
first video that isn't scripted.
That superheroes have over
not
Star
true,
Wars
it's
is
not
that in Star Wars there's only one ability.
Yeah.
It's having the Force.
Yeah.
Which is incredible and it's really cool. There's the light swords and all that stuff that they can do with that. But as far as superheroes go, my goodness. As far as superheroes go, it's endless.
Yeah.
You could do anything.
Yeah.
Like we're just talking about what superpower or like mediocre superpowers that you can have. Like that's just that conversation doesn't happen in the Star Wars world. Like you talk about what already exists. You don't talk about what doesn't to an extent.
Yeah.
Like it all still lives in that realm.
Well, that's the luxury of Marvel movies too. That's the difference between DC and Marvel. Is a lot of not all of them, clearly not. You could pick one right now on the top of your head that will negate what I'm about to say or this point. But most Marvel superheroes are grounded somewhat in reality. Like the X-Men are a perfect example. They're just humans that their genes are different to make them have superpowers. It's not one of them is from a different planet. And like they're like everything is different there, so then they come to Earth and they can shoot lasers out of their eyes. It's different. It's just a normal kid gets bitten by a spider, so now he has the abilities of a spider.
Yeah.
So you as a kid, it is much easier for you to be like, wow, I almost want to get bit by a spider, rather than wow, I wish I was born on an alien planet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's much more believable because Peter Parker gets on a bus every day. He goes to school just like you do. And it's way cooler and way more exciting to just...
I'm just thinking of that kid that gets a fascination with spiders after he watches that movie and he's like,
Come to me, children. He's at like the lunch table playing with spiders and his table's empty. Everybody goes by and they're like, who the fuck is Eric playing with spiders? And little did you know, he just wanted to be Spider-Man. He's the
Sorry,
right
Eric,
all
it
over.
will never happen.
oh. Maybe work really hard, become an actor, and then subvert your own expectations of what that means.
Also-
go into the movie and see yourself be Spider-Man.
Yeah, and grow up perfectly timed with when Tom Holland's contract.
Exactly.
So that's the hard part.
So
'cause you
maybe a
can't
time
control
machine
that.
would be
Because you
a
don't have
good point.
superpowers.
Well, I would choose the superpower that I could have like good timing.
Good luck.
If you could control any element, what element would you control?
Earth. Earth. It's so cool.
Dude, we just
So
did
cool.
this like 2 weeks ago.
If
But
you
it's
could-
Earth. It's so cool.
No, we're not talking about that.
But no,
I
it's
said
Earth.
Earth.
It's Earth. It's
But
Um,
any element, what element would you control?
Because every time I do this, I keep thinking, oh, unless you have it. Well, every time
I would control the element of surprise.
Oh, that's fine.
what a thing.
Any time that I have like this option, you could easily be like, well, I wish I could never die, but as much as I would want that like superpower, or like that's the end all be all of superpowers, it's like yeah, but that's not cool.
I do want to die eventually.
I can speed that process.
It's depressing.
You could, but
But either
then
as
you would
somebody,
want to
you
die.
know, just like somebody would be like, oh, well, I would.
in prison. But
Somebody would be like, well, I wish I could just control air, so I could do all of them at once, and it's like, yeah, but
see, I
you're not the
but,
last airbender. Choose
process-
one of the ones that's.
process of elimination
Yeah.
I would definitely eliminate fire first. Because when the hell would I ever need to
That
fire
being
or
said,
something?
See, but you could cook things without a oven,
I-
which we don't have
yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
As you can tell,
But
if we had superpowers, our priorities would be so low. Hey,
Water.
you're super strong, dude. Why don't you save people? No, I can carry more bags of groceries whenever I go to Walmart.
When my bottle of vape juice rolls into my car, I can just pick it up and
Well,
grab
see,
it.
but according to Spider-Man,
Sorry.
when you get these powers, you shouldn't let yourself do anything that you couldn't do beforehand. Unless it's in the shadows.
Which is why I enjoy that part in the movie and that line, because
That
it is
part?
just like that part, a nice like throwaway, like with great power comes great responsibility, but also shows that Spider-Man and Captain America would be on the same side.
Yeah.
But Tony Stark is telling him that he's wrong. He's just telling him, but if Spider-Man knew what Captain America's thought process was, he would be on his side, because he believes the same thing. I have a moral obligation to do good stuff, and if I don't do it, it's my fault.
Well, there's a conversation to be had. What about in the comic books? Because he is on Tony Stark's side. And doesn't he see more of it in that? That's his decision.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, the reasoning for why they're doing it is way different.
Yeah. There's a
Then
whole
the
different
movie.
build up to it. And we're talking about the MCU, because we're not a comic book channel.
Yeah.
We're an MCU channel.
Yeah, we were paid by Disney to compliment their movies.
Thank
and
you,
their
Marvel,
movies.
for...
that last paycheck.
Sponsoring.
Woo, was that hefty?
That's why we got better lights, the camera, as you can tell.
Yeah.
It's the same one.
We got a crew as well. Everybody say hi.
Jerry, don't be.
Eric,
coy.
I know we made fun of you, but
But no, like as far as like hype for Infinity War goes, yes, there has been plenty of movies. We just watched one in order for Kyle to know kind of where everyone's at before that movie. But there was even a scene in Civil War where they're all lined up, and I said like out loud, we were watching, I was like, never in a million years, as a movie watcher and as a comic book fan, did I ever think that this was possible. And it is like all of my synapses in my brain just firing off on every level when I see cool shit like that. And every time I see a trailer for Infinity War, anytime I even think about the possibilities of an action scene or a moment or a line of dialogue, it gets me so damn pumped.
and talking about the action in that movie, like let's just take a moment
Oh my
to
gosh.
Oh
admire
Yeah.
how
Just
many
have a moment of
scenes.
silence.
When
Silence.
what? No, I don't care that much. It's just badass, okay? I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. All right.
Oh, well,
so
okay,
when,
there it is.
when Winter Soldier is going down the staircase,
Mm-hmm.
he's running away from
Mm-hmm.
the Cap. He grabs the railing and swings down into a doorway. And he just walks through the doorway. He lands and just walks.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
So
he
cool.
kicks the other guy through the door so it'll open, and then
So cool.
I was having a hard time debating what my favorite just moment in that entire movie is, and it's tough Because there's plenty. There's like
Yeah.
that one moment that just like gets like blown by, but it's whenever Captain America and Iron Man are fighting at the end, and Captain America or Iron Man like flips over him and like spins his body and then does the superhero landing. And I was like, you're not even like showing me that like it's a cool thing. It's just choreography. Like at
It's just
peak.
there.
Yeah.
Or whenever Captain America in that stairwell throws his shield and it sticks in the wall, and you're just like, ah! It's
That or
badass.
when,
Or when he's-
Bucky Barnes is on the motorcycle and he's getting away, and then
Oh,
Black Panther
my
jumps
God.
and he grabs him by the neck. He's just holding him while he's riding the motorcycle, and then
Black Panther runs on the wall.
he
to, like,
runs
spin
backwards on the
it.
wall.
Boy.
So sick. Or when Captain America's hiding behind this pillar and there's a guy shooting at him and he just throws his
Ricochet.
shield
Ding,
and
ding, ding.
hits him in
Yeah.
the back of the head.
See, and
So big.
Hawk, no, what's his name? Falcon.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah.
He has some cool parts like that
He really
too. When
does.
he just sets up his shield behind him with the wings, and he's like, "Doop, doop, doop, doop."
Cool. I'm really nervous, and I have been before about Infinity War because there is so many characters. I know how they're gonna do it, and it appears in the trailer they're gonna separate them like 12 and 12. Like you guys go into
Yeah.
space, and then they're in like Wakanda, and that's the easiest way on the planet to have all of them not on screen because how do you do it?
See,
Because
but
in that trailer, dude, you
there's
see
gotta be one part.
Oh,
this
the ending, the climax.
where they do the classic Marvel like poster thing.
fucking
'Cause
wide
you
shot,
know
dude.
that they're gonna release that as a
And
photo
Thanos
that
is like by
everybody
himself.
buys.
Oh, they're wallpapering the shit out of this movie.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Every scene is just gonna be.
Oh, I don't know, where did we see this? The coolest thing I've ever heard anybody say about Infinity War so far is when they said something about Groot and Hulk because they both don't talk very much.
Yeah.
Have a moment, like a speaking moment together. I don't know who said it. You remember?
No.
We were watching a video or something.
Either way,
Or
it
was
is
that just
crazy.
me?
It is crazy.
It is
Yeah.
crazy because I would never have thought of that.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, it probably will happen.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see everyone's introduction, like their first time on screen.
The same. I think what I'm most excited for, like, is if that's what I was gonna say. Like, oh, what am I most excited? Or like my hope, my like little tidbit, or like what I would want to happen. It probably does have to deal with characters meeting or two characters doing an action scene together. Because clearly in the trailer you see like Doctor Strange creating those tiles and
Yeah,
Star-Lord's
yeah.
jumping on them, and you're like, that's only a sliver of the possibility that these characters could team up together.
All the
too.
combo moves.
In mine's
my
just
God.
like, it's just like Spider-Man and the Hulk.
Yeah.
I just want to see them do something
Groot
together.
and the Hulk.
Like
That's
like,
gonna be
Hulk
exciting.
just grab like Spider-Man and chunk him at somebody, and then them just do something really cool, and I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of like a comic book cover or something like that.
What it reminds me of is playing like Ultimate
Ultimate
Alliance.
Alliance, yeah.
Because even in the first Avengers, they do that move where Iron Man shoots at Captain America's shield, and he like.
So cool.
It's so awesome.
It's so cool.
Okay, we should just straight up go to making fun of him.
Well, it's an easy target. No, but I remember we had the really long conversation about like what we were worried about. This was like before we even saw a trailer. This was like whenever they announced it, and everyone was like, whenever a movie gets announced, you're always like, wow, that's really dope, and then immediately you're like, wait a minute, how are they gonna like do that? And of course you have your doubts. And mine 100% is, and I think maybe why I'm glad that they are spreading them out, is because can you imagine, because I can't, because I would lose my mind, if Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Tony Stark, Captain America, and like Hawkeye were all in a scene together and they all think they're the best at what they do. They're all cocky, they all make jokes, they all talk about how handsome they are, especially now Thor, because now he's like cocky and like funny, now that they've kind of rebooted him, and him all in a scene together. They're all just riffing on each other and making jokes, and one of them's better than the other one, and then this guy is like, oh, well, did you see that one move I did? And he's like, well, you didn't do it without my help. And then you just be like, it's too much. It's too much like ego in one scene and a bunch of like dick measuring. Because you get a little bit of it in the trailer. Whenever Chris Pratt's like, I like your plan, I like it a lot, but it kind of sucks. He's like, so why don't I just do the plan? And you're like, okay, this is fine. I'm okay with this because it's just them two.
Yeah.
But you throw
I don't-
Spider-Man
I
and
don't
Doctor
know.
Strange in there, and they're all
See,
like,
but I
all
feel
the
like
best at what
I
they
feel
do.
like Doctor Strange is going to be a little bit better than most of the other characters because of his character arc in his movie.
what I was going to say is off of that. I think they have done a pretty decent job at doing that for everybody.
Yeah, leveling them out.
Like Thor, the dude realizes now, hey, I'm a god. Like I have shit that
Yeah.
I need to do. Like my hammer got destroyed. There's shit I need to do. Even Rocket Raccoon at the end of Guardians 2, he's like, okay, let's stop making jokes. Like,
At the
there's a
same
mission to
time,
do.
though, Thor Ragnarok set him up as one of the funnier characters
Yeah.
in this, so I think they're definitely gonna capitalize on him as
Yeah.
a comedic character in this movie.
But
and
even
I think
what they're
Tony
showing
Stark
in like the
is gonna be more serious because of the what happens in Civil War, and I think Doctor Strange is gonna be more serious because he's got a lot more writing on his shoulders.
Well, that's what
and
you
a
would-
lot more power.
That's what you would hope, is that they go that route. And that, like, because I thought the same thing, like, at the end of Guardians 2, it's such, like, an emotional ending, and, like,
Yeah.
wow, it's so sad, and, like, now we realize we're a team, we need to work together, or whatever. I really hope they don't just go into this, because that was my criticism about Guardians 2, is that the first one, you realize you're all jackasses, then you learn how to work together, now you're the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But then in the second one, you're still squabbling. You're still saying that one of them doesn't know how to create a plan and one of them's not the leader, and I'm like, didn't you already do this in the first movie? Why is this happening again? And what I don't want to happen is the same thing in this movie, where Star-Lord's like, no, I'm the best, like, hey, listen to me,
Yeah.
because then I'm like, I've seen all this
Yeah, but
before,
they,
guys.
you know that they thought about this. These are fucking professionals.
Yeah, but
They
anybody
thought
who makes
about
a movie
this,
is
you
a-
know?
I hope so, dude.
Yeah, there's so many more minds connected to that project than are connected to this project.
Well, yeah, but at the same time,
Nah, we know
Oh,
so
ah.
much.
but at the same time, just because you're thinking about it doesn't mean your execution is
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
And Marvel does have a kind of a problem with that because it goes back to the inconsistencies with like where Spider-Man: Homecoming sits and like the timeline of that and like when he went with him to go do the Civil Warring scene and the
And
airport
where
scene.
Ant-Man 2 is gonna sit in this timeline.
Yeah, and like Black Panther in the movie is like is new to being Black Panther and he like loses a couple of the fights that he's in, but in Civil War he's like incredible and like he already has
Same
the
thing
suit.
with Spider-Man.
And like so, I don't put it past them to forget sometimes. Like, hey,
Yeah.
wasn't he supposed to be?
And there's
like
also
this?
been times that they've either recasted or like had
And
to,
also,
like, not
it is
prepped
different
for-
directors.
yeah.
It is different directors, and I think they might have the.
Oh, we've already hit 30 minutes.
Cool.
This is gonna be fun to edit.
There
Card
would be
is
no
full.
place for like any of it. It would just be rambling. Dooku, my son, Dooku. What? Dooku, my son. You have I forgive. I've never seen. Look at that shit, buddy. That was in your fucking eye. We ready?
Yeah, we're back on.
And 5.
Again?
And it's different directors.
So it's different directors, but Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War are all done by the Russo brothers.
Uh-huh.
So by now, especially since they had all their characters in
Understand
Civil
that,
War,
though.
they all that is not true. That isn't he's not
No,
he's
no.
not that.
Tethid him, mate.
So you'd think, hey, they know how to handle it. If any director who has done a Marvel movie knows how to put all these people on screen, it's the one that had to do it for Civil War.
Yeah.
It's just throwing in people that they've never had before, like
Mhm.
Thor and the Guardians and
And
Hulk.
trying to
They
match-
weren't in that
And
movie.
trying to match their tones.
Or like when Deadpool makes a secret appearance.
No. Not even in my dreams is that gonna happen.
Not even as
But
a
is
joke,
is
I
that
say
the character that you'd be like, wow, I hope he appears?
I mean, duh.
Yeah.
Like as far as me goes, yes, but more likely
Migos.
there's other characters.
Yeah, because I think it's the reason that you keep bringing it up. I think it would just be the Silver Surfer. Because not only do I think he's incredible, and I don't know, I can only imagine how Marvel would make him look like, oh, Silver, he's on the board, and he just looks so cool. But because what his character in it would mean for the
Yeah.
rest of the movies. I think, like, however they end this, and it's going to end on a cliffhanger, for sure. This movie's not going to end where it's like, oh, well, we got the gang back together. No, Thanos is still going to be alive. That's why there's no huge battle like on Earth or anything like that. They're all scattered.
Sacred.
And there's characters that are going to die, but
Wait, so is Ant-Man after the first Avengers but before the second? Or after the third
After-
Avengers but before the fourth?
I think it's after the second.
Before the third.
They don't do a great job at discerning what time, because they never start the movie and go in 2018. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's tough. You always just kind of assume, well, this one's after this one. So I don't know. What was my train of thought? What was I just talking about?
So
Yeah, there it is. Because I think it's much better to end this movie with something like that, or maybe not this one, but the Avengers 4, whatever that one's, Infinity Gauntlet, whatever they're gonna call
Yeah.
that one. I think that's a better place because then it makes me feel better about how it ends. Because if you have characters dying or whatever, and because even to me, somebody who like loves these movies and loves superheroes in general, I'll go see it no matter what. Ending this movie on like we're starting a new Avengers, and
Yeah.
it's with characters you don't really care about. It's gonna be a lot harder for people to get excited.
Mhm.
The only way you get people stoked is if you introduce an entirely new team. Because I don't think the Guardians are enough. Those four, however many there are, by the end of this movie, there'll probably be 4. But it's not enough. I
Or
don't
5.
think.
There'll be 5. We'll go back to the original.
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not. You need to just hit us with a banger. And Silver Surfer flies in there at the end, and he's like, "I have a warning." And then you're like, "What is happening in this movie?" And then the credits roll.
Mm-hmm. I have a warning.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I wonder what that could be.
Little nod there. Little nod to the fans.
Yeah, all you guys.
But even though you haven't, I don't know if you have like enough like basis to know. But if you were to say a character in this movie, number 1, the highest percentage chance of dying in the first Avengers,
Ooh.
this first Infinity War movie,
who's
who's going?
I would
Maybe
say
it doesn't even have to be 100%. Just who you think like
Could.
who could die. Give me like 3 of them.
Well, I'll tell you somebody I thought initially, but then I have a reason why. Maybe not. I don't
Yeah.
remember. What's her name?
Mantis.
Mantis. I thought her, but then I remembered. Oh wait, that's his daughter.
No, it's Gamora.
Nebula.
Gamora and Nebula are his daughters.
Oh, then her.
So, yeah,
definitely.
she's-
Mantis.
Well,
Mantis
now,
is
yeah.
gonna die.
I think, out of that group, obviously, Mantis, I think Nebula could go too. I think she's going to get cocky, try and jump
Well,
at
like the
Thanos,
joke,
either
the,
in
the joke in that movie. Remember, she says you were always his favorite daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
So Thanos wouldn't give a shit
Yeah,
to
no.
kill.
He may spare
Mantis.
Gamora's life just to, hold her captive or try and make her join his cause again because she was the most successful out of his, clan.
yeah.
And that might be what they lead into with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because that's what they've already been talking about, it being more focused
Yeah.
around her.
Mantis is gonna be the first death.
Is she
No,
in any of these
no.
trailers?
Calling it.
Is she in
Isn't
any
it
of the
done before
trailers?
then, huh?
Yeah, she's in it because, when he goes, "Who are you guys?" and it looks up, it's the Guardians.
Well, she's on the ship, but you don't see her after that, right? Like whenever they're like,
Yeah, but why would she die that early? That
no,
sounds
I'm not
weird.
saying that. I'm saying maybe she doesn't die because she's not even in the fucking
Yeah.
movie.
That's why
'Cause
I
why
don't
would they
think
bring her?
anybody would
Why
care.
would they bring her?
Because they introduced her in the last one, and then they're just gonna kill her. Nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
So there's no point for it.
Same thing with me. If Nebula dies, I don't blink. I don't bat an eye.
See, but it makes sense.
But
Does make sense.
It would make sense if Mantis dies in this movie for her to die close to the first.
Which is why my main
See, I
point.
don't think so because even the characters in the movie aren't connected to her. Because at least Gamora knows her from their entire childhood.
So you think she should
and
die
the Guardians
later
of
in
the
movie?
Galaxy had to fight with her and then eventually become friends.
What are you arguing?
It doesn't make sense for Mantis to die in this.
It doesn't make sense
Early
for Mantis
or
to
late.
stay alive.
Yes, it does.
Why?
They just introduced the character.
Yeah, but
She
the
has
counter
such a
argument works the
small
same.
part.
If she has such a small part, fucking kill her.
Yeah.
Because
Doesn't matter.
if you're not gonna kill Iron Man,
What do you lose?
kill the small character.
Mantis?
See, but then you're just doing a Game of Thrones to where the last deaths don't matter.
No, see, this is why it does matter. Is because no Marvel movie has killed off any of their heroes. You think Bucky dies? No, he doesn't. You think Rhodes dies? No, he doesn't. You think somebody else dies? No, they don't. They bring him back in another movie. Marvel does not kill their people. And if Thanos is supposed to be the big bad, it's why every Marvel villain is like, whatever. You're not a threat to any of these people.
They gotta kill somebody.
They have to, and it has to be, which is why I don't think it will be Mantis because nobody will care. I do think they could kill her, and it won't matter. It won't hurt me at all. But the reason I don't think they will is because the reason I hope that they don't is because they'd better not do the whole, well, Mantis died. Oh,
We
that's so
gotta-
crazy.
But also,
I don't kill. Even though he's my favorite, and I would cry if he died. Kill Captain America. Kill him at the end of this movie, and don't fucking bring him back with a stone or a Doctor Strange time thing. Do not do it.
Also
But
with
I
this-
will lose my shit.
Yeah.
Also, with this Mantis thing, that's kind of us talking as if one person is to die.
Well, only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no idea. 4
Yeah.
people could die in this movie.
Ooh, Pepper Potts. What if she died?
Dude, nah, I don't think they do.
I
that
don't
to
know
her.
though. She's already been like out of the process for a while now,
Yeah.
and her life was threatened in the third one, and it really messed with Tony.
I think.
no idea who that is.
Tony Stark's
Yeah.
girlfriend.
I think.
Yeah, kill her. I don't care. She's not a superhero.
Oh,
And that right
And they're on a
there.
break.
That right there is what I
not
hope.
anymore.
That right there is what I hope the directors of the movie do think like. I hope that they aren't the opposite. Like, oh, they're gonna hate it when we kill Pepper Potts. Nobody's gonna. I'm not saying these movies have to be like DC, where they have to be all dark and everybody's gotta die and everybody's gotta be brooding. But if you want me to feel like this is the end of the road for the Avengers and that they do have their backs against the wall, don't get me wrong. The directors know we know who they're not gonna kill. Spider-Man, he ain't dying. Peter Quill, he ain't fucking dying. The Hulk, he's not dying. Thor,
Oh,
he won't die.
Iron Man?
But characters that are just big enough, like Loki, Captain America, even Iron Man,
Yeah.
characters like that, have enough weight for me to be like in the audience while also being like, but I get it. You need, because any of those deaths create a character being motivated for something else. You kill Thor's brother, he's pissed as shit.
Wait,
You kill Iron Man, Captain America's pissed as shit. You kill Captain America, Iron Man is pissed as
But
shit.
the reason I think that Pepper Potts would be a good idea is because that would make Tony Stark go over the edge, and Cap would follow.
My thing is, how does Pepper Potts get in the mix of this? Where Thanos is like, I'm gonna kill her. It's like, dude, you're Thanos. Kill one of the other ones. You have the gauntlet. Kill one of the other
But
ones.
at the same point, that's the same argument that I guess you could use for Mantis, though.
Yeah, but I'm not
Nebula,
arguing
there's a
that
reason.
point because
I know.
I don't give a shit if she goes. I would rather like.
yeah,
who-
but Mantis has more of a reason to be in the battle than Pepper Potts. Because she can,
That's a
she
tough-
can, she can guess like she can tell everybody what Thanos's feelings are, and that's his weakness. No, but in that video, didn't they say that Robert Downey Jr. is for this his contract is for this Avengers and the next? Pretty sure they said that. Like they stopped it and he re-upped it
He
for
j-
this one
yeah.
and the next one.
Yeah.
So he's not done.
Well, I mean, he could die in the second one.
Yeah, but we're talking about this one.
Yeah.
They could still have parts of him that they have like not shown or whatever that he's in the other one. I don't think that that's
What?
the only reason we could think that he wouldn't die.
Because he has a contract in the other one. See, but like, so if we were only gonna go from like two, like if it's Captain America, it's Iron Man who dies in this one, who is it?
Captain America or Iron Man?
Yeah.
Cap.
Captain
Only
America.
those two.
Definitely.
Cap.
That's what I say.
And you know why? I think that's also why I love that is the case, and it just makes him more my favorite character, because I think that's the one that would hit people the most. Don't get me wrong, people love Iron Man. I'm sure 92% people like him more than they like Captain America.
I mean, as long as they don't kill Thor, I'm fine. I don't care
Yeah.
who dies.
Yeah,
As long as it's not Thor.
But
See-
like, I think Captain America has the most like Boy Scout and like emotional weight to his character that it hurts the entire team and the audience more than if anybody
Yeah.
else dies.
I mean, it was the same thing like in the first Avengers with Agent Coulson dying. He's
Yeah.
just like you
Which
see
he
this.
did die.
You see this such likable character or whatever that's
Yeah.
just trying to help. He's just
Samuel
boyish
Jackson.
charm that just wants to be like as helpful as he can.
Yeah.
And then the people that like he dies and they all got affected by it.
Yeah.
And so that's like how
The
they
catalyst
Yeah,
for that.
exactly.
It's just weird because I'm on a different side because if one person is to die, I hope it's Captain America. Because Okay, no, well, let me reword that.
You bastard!
I definitely would not bat an eye if Captain America dies in the first 5 minutes, which he wouldn't. But if he does, I would be like, okay. Like, I wouldn't care.
No,
You
Deadpool's gonna come in
heartless pig.
and kill all of the Marvel Universe. They're all gonna die.
It was all just one big joke leading up to that one thing.
Yeah, but I really.
I
just
would
wouldn't.
disown Marvel for the rest of my entire life, and I would never buy another comic book or go see another Marvel movie ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, I really fucking would not.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would. No,
If we're doing movie reviews, when the next
Fuck
yeah,
it.
would.
no, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll go review the second movie that you guys don't go see because there's always 2 that come out. I'll go see that one and review that one for you guys, and I trust that you guys will give a good review on the other one. But I kid you not, which this will never happen because even they aren't this dumb. But again, I don't want anybody watching this think I do think this is gonna happen because it won't. But let's say I want to play devil's advocate and just hypothesize. If in Avengers 2, I keep saying Avengers 2, the last Avengers movie,
Avengers 4.
Part 2 of the Infinity War saga. If that one comes out, in the end of it, Deadpool appears and he kills everybody, and it's like a joke or whatever, I will probably, it'll be the exact opposite of the ending of Split. That feeling I got in that movie, reversed. So where my heart is like beating, I would die. I would lose all respect for everything that Marvel has done and created, and I would just shit all over it for the rest of my life. I would be a Marvel hater till the day I died.
You wouldn't laugh.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't laugh.
No, it would be one of
No,
those
you
like.
would laugh.
It would be
You
one
would
of those.
laugh the whole way home, but not for the good reason.
Yeah, it would be the Damien like laugh where I can't.
My life amounts to nothing.
I can't even. Yeah. I would lose all of my shit, dude.
All of this conversation.
Oh no
Tainted.
no! But Deadpool kills everyone except for Mantis.
Except for Captain America, I'm okay.
Oh my God.
No. Nothing would justify that for me. Not a single damn thing.
And then Mantis kills Deadpool.
And then the Marvel Universe is over. That's it. Done. They were just leading to this one moment. He
Except
will.
for-
My biggest. I don't know. He'll appear in
Ooh,
it
do you
at some
think,
point.
you know another character that would be kind of
He'll
cool
appear
to
in it at
see
some point.
in this would be Death.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because, I mean, if a character's gonna die, Thanos is...
I don't know why I think this. It just seems right. I feel like she would appear more in the sequel to it, which I have no reason to believe that. And I haven't seen this movie.
But, oh, the rendition that they would do, that would be awesome.
It'd be really cool.
I don't know who that is either. So.
Death is Thanos' wife.
Yeah.
And
She's
it's
death,
just the
but she's
manifestation of death.
Yeah, she's
Because
like
he
the
is
Grim
the
Reaper.
most deadly, like...
Did you say he?
Thanos.
Thanos
is the
is
deadliest.
the most deadly, like, being or whatever.
So his wife
With
is
the
dead?
gauntlet.
It's fucking lame.
Oh my god.
I
We
think
can't
it's
enjoy
awesome.
anything.
I think it's awesome.
So he's married to like the idea of
He's
death.
not. They didn't
because
like walk
he's
down the aisle
most-
together and like he doesn't wear a wedding ring, but they
But
were
it's a
like
character,
together.
He wears an
a
infinity
person.
gauntlet.
It has not been created in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, yeah.
She does not exist so far.
It's an idea. Like the Joker.
It's all an idea. Silver Surfer's out there. They just haven't said or spoken or even mentioned him.
No, the Joker is gonna be in this movie.
Break down all the barriers.
Breaks down everything. Batman's in it.
Bring Heath Ledger back.
Screw the fourth. one.
Marvel won't
Break-
kill anybody that they literally can resurrect real life actors from die. Since they refuse to do anything like that.
Well, let's rate this bad boy.
Let's rate Infinity War. What'd you think about it, Kyle?
It was stupid, dude. Mantis died, and I'm just
Well,
so.
since this will be the video before Infinity War,
Yeah.
this last section, let's do a pre-review, which we've talked about doing before. I hope that I leave this movie theater and Captain America is still my favorite character. I hope he has the coolest action scene in this movie. I hope Spider-Man is up there with it. I hope Spider-Man and Thanos, because I really hope they don't do the whole keep Spider-Man away from Thanos because Thanos will just kill him.
Yeah.
He better do something dope
Oh,
that
yeah.
even makes Thanos like go, what? Like, all of these characters are as powerful as they are for a reason.
Mhm.
They all defeat Thanos for a reason. They all better have their time to shine. I don't want anybody in this movie for me to go, why are they even in it? They're just in it so you can show them in it. Everybody better have their time to shine, and I hope it's Captain America and Spider-Man, my two favorite characters in this entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think if I do a pre-rating, my guess rating, maybe my hopes, because I doubt it'll be perfect. I don't even know what I would give Civil War, even though I think it's my favorite. No, it is my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. I'm gonna go 9.5. Because I'm gonna go high, because there's no way I leave this movie theater with the things that I know, that it's directed by those two guys, that Thanos is in it, and from what I've seen in the trailer, there's no way this movie is below a 7. No way.
Mm-mm.
With fan service moments alone and cool shots and things like that, I hope I leave with those two characters being my favorite and with a 9.5 on my mind.
There's not a lot that I can really hope for this film because I don't even have a favorite Marvel superhero. No clue. I say that it's Thor, but that's just because
Yeah, but
Thor
he's your
Ragnarok
favorite
is.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I don't think he is because I haven't even seen.
Well, then he won't be.
I haven't seen Doctor
Because
Strange do anything.
Yeah, if you have that much reservation
seen
on
Doctor
him not
Strange.
being your favorite, he's not your favorite.
I've only seen him in Thor Ragnarok,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and he did nothing. He probably wouldn't be my favorite, but still, he could be.
Mhm.
I have no idea who my favorite is out of all the people in this.
Well, I guess if you were to choose any of them, just based on like scenes that you've had, who would you hope in the movie has the best action scene in the whole movie?
Thor.
Oh goodness, when he's on the Rosengate Bridge and he finally has his like thunder powers, lightning
Oh,
powers,
when he hit
and
when
he
we see his
punches
hammer?
one guy and 3 lightning strikes come down to get the other
Yeah.
guys. It was just
Dude, incredible.
Dude, when we get the hammer, dude. We get
When
the
we get
hammer.
the hammer, I know.
Are you Thor?
I
God
hope-
of hammers.
I hope that. Okay, here's one thing I do hope. I hope that the hammer looks.
The new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks
Blows you away.
incredible. Like I hope it looks like.
So here, I'm gonna Google a picture of what it looks like in the comic book.
I hope it looks insanely different than the one in Thor Ragnarok.
Isn't it like
His
a battle
hammer.
axe or something like that? Like half hammer, half axe?
Yeah.
Just making me want to play
Um,
RuneScape.
But
I unlocked the new battle axe!
I don't know. I don't really have. I mean, obviously, I hope it's good. I hope like all of the basic stuff. I hope that the comedy isn't too much, and I hope that it isn't too crowded, which is something that's very possible.
Okay, that's a
I
little
hope it
different.
doesn't look like that. I hope it looks way cooler than that.
Well, it's gonna be in a movie form, so it will look cooler than that.
Yeah, but I hope it's not.
Because I guess
'Cause
they
I don't
came out
even
with.
like his
I guess they
hammer.
came out with toys for the
Really?
movie already, or like they
Uh-huh.
were like in Toys R Us or something. And I guess somebody has he is holding the hammer in his hand or
Huh.
whatever.
Yeah, he's probably holding his old one because they're lazy. I'm just
Aw.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Don't
But
twerk.
anyways, and I would say something about the CGI. Like I hope the CGI is good, but it's gonna be good. There's no way that it won't be. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think that I'll probably rate it around a 9 because the comedy is gonna be great. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be great.
Um,
Freaking Thor and Peter Quill and
it's kind of weird pre-rating
It is the thing about it.
because
Because
I
you'd
could rate
think, oh, if you hope, just give it a 10.
Yeah.
Just give it a 10. 'cause you
Exactly.
hope, but you gotta.
see, and I
No,
kind
no.
of kind of want to just do that because this does have the potential to be that. Because even just watching Civil War right now, like we weren't around rating movies when that came out, but I don't know, that movie is incredible. Like it really is fantastic.
Yeah.
And bringing all those characters together, like the amount of fan service that's in it, it's incredible.
I can give it a 10.
It's incredible how much action they still keep and how cool it all is. And so, I mean, I guess I'll answer the question that Damien asked himself as well. Like, what characters I want to see
Oh, yeah.
do something awesome. And this, I mean, obvious will not happen, but Hawkeye is probably my favorite Avenger in these movies. I just really like his character.
Yeah.
And as much as the second Avengers is arguably the worst out of all of them, not just Avengers movies, Marvel movies, but I just really appreciate the character. I think he's awesome. I love bow and arrows, and to see him fight any of these people is cool enough as it is,
Yeah.
let alone taking on the man himself.
Because that scene alone
So-
when he shoots at Black Panther and he catches both of
Yeah.
them.
Like, it's freaking incredible.
Like,
But seeing Spider-Man,
Hawkeye.
seeing Spider-Man fight Thanos, the reason that I think he would be able to stun Thanos is that out of all of these characters, he's the only one that, to an extent, has premonition abilities.
Yeah.
So he could.
He's fast.
He
and
could
he's got the
save
iron.
himself.
He's got the fucking iron suit on.
Exactly. So he could save himself.
Yeah.
Like whatever Thanos, unless Thanos just fucking
Oh,
like
I thought about.
I don't know, like Exactly.
Surprise hero.
So if he
I
did
wouldn't
that,
guess them.
obviously Spider-Man wouldn't be able to do something. But
Mhm.
any normal attack that Thanos would throw, he
And
could dodge
he
it.
also
But
think-
you're right,
he doesn't
well,
have
that
all,
would
he
be
doesn't have all the
incredible.
stones in this movie, so the dude isn't like a god yet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's still Thanos.
Finish your rating, and we'll keep doing it. We'll
So-
keep talking about this.
I'm just
It
I'm
wasn't
gonna
bad.
slap a
Yeah.
10 on there
'Cause I'm
because
not
I
done
gave.
talking.
Was it the last review that we did?
Yeah.
No. Was Ready Player
Yeah.
One the last one?
Yeah,
No,
you
no.
gave it
The last. Well, that was the last
Rampage.
review I gave. 10.
Rampage.
Rampage last.
10. Yeah, that
Yeah,
My
no,
lowest
one.
rating.
That was pretty
My
good.
highest rating, lowest rating, and
Do you
I'm gonna
think that was
pre-rate this one a
unnecessary?
10. What?
One?
Giving it a 1? No, I do not like that movie. I think it was dumb. Like
One of
I'm
the
the type of
movies-
person that would
Yeah, one,
appreciate
I can't- I
Transformers.
can't give
That's
it one.
insane.
Transformers for like the movie that is.
Mm-hmm.
But this is so. Rampage is so bad. It's so bad. It's the.
Yeah. Yo, what if fucking Warhammer makes a return? Like comes back and just does shit.
Warhammer.
Is that his name? What's his name?
Who?
Don Cheadle? What's his name?
Yeah, Warhammer.
War
You're right.
Machine?
You're right. War Machine.
War
War
Machine.
Machine
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so crazy.
And they would give him that scene too
They would?
because he was paralyzed.
No,
and
they
you're
will.
like, oh, okay.
They will.
Why didn't we think of that?
No, he's in it.
I think
They've
it's
already
someone
shown
in
him
the
in the trailers.
Did they?
They were
Shit.
flying off.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing.
See, but that's the because the Hulkbuster Iron Man suit is still there.
That's my theory.
But then you
That's
see
my
Iron
theory.
Man and War Machine flying. So who's in
But is it Don
Hulkbuster?
Cheadle?
Exactly.
Is it Don Cheadle still?
Probably.
Oh,
yeah. No.
What if
They're
it
not
is?
gonna bring that other guy
What
back.
if it is
They're
Terrence
not
Howard?
replacing. They're not replacing. War
Machine.
War Machine. They're not replacing War Machine as like they're not replacing Don Cheadle. They're replacing War Machine in the movies. I mean, probably.
Oh.
Not. But I'm just saying, like that's very possible. Because the suit's
Yeah.
already there.
Because
Why
I mean,
not?
I think another way that they could go if they're gonna keep this centered in Earth would be Young Justice. But that's just
I just don't think the switching stuff is gonna happen until the next one.
yeah.
So the next one, one of them dies in this one, which I think will be Captain America, and then the second one, Bucky gets the shield or something.
Well, because Captain America dropped it.
Yeah.
He's
That's why he has
like
those
to an extent.
badass
Yeah.
little claw things.
Like to an extent, he's like not Captain America.
He's Nomad.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't remember.
I don't know if they'll say that though.
No, they don't call him
They don't
Nomad.
care.
But he like is wearing the same thing, but his star in the center is gone.
Yeah.
So, but you can see the outline of it, which is just freaking dumb. But no, that's my theory for sure. Especially trailer theory. I think my two is that Thanos kills Loki,
Yeah.
gets hit the blue stone, puts it in the gauntlet. Thor's pissed. He escapes. Meet the fucking guard. Whatever. But then the scene that I think will make everyone in the audience freak the fuck out is when Bruce is in the Hulkbuster.
Hulkbuster.
All those things jump on him, and you're like,
Hulkbuster.
what the
And
fuck's
he-
gonna happen? He breaks out of it.
That was a Hulkbuster.
The
That
Hulkbuster-
giant Iron Man suit that you
Oh,
see.
Yeah.
I hate the look of that thing.
I like
I'm
it.
just like, you look like a shitty, overweight Iron Man. Because I love Iron Man.
Yeah, he's your favorite.
No, he's not.
Have you seen,
You're
have you
not
seen
at all.
Iron Man 3?
I'm pretty confident.
There's some really weird looking Iron Mans in that.
But there's
Didn't
also
know,
some
I
really
haven't.
cool ones.
Yeah.
I know I've seen the first two, but I don't
Because
I haven't
he makes a bunch of like atomic robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
seen- Oh, what was it?
Anything in the feminism joke that we made?
Yes. What was it? What'd you say? Menu.
Oh, manufactured.
Manufactured.
That doesn't sound right.
Manufactured. I'm almost.
Manufactured.
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 There it is. We met right there in the middle.
Did you guys like that one?
What?
I don't think we ever talked about it.
Yeah. Well,
You guys
I
watched
like
the review, right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What review? I don't
Did
watch.
you guys watch
I
the
don't watch
review?
any horrors.
I know one guy subscribed and
Yeah?
put his notifications on. Thank you, dude. You did save our lives
Who
because
did
we're
that?
still here. Some
Yeah.
guy named Akaya. I can't look it up right now. Thanks, Akaya.
Shout it.
It's
Shout out.
probably totally
Yeah, we're
wrong.
probably butchering the fuck out of that. That's why I didn't
His name is
try.
T'Challa of Wakanda.
Okay.
Thanks, T'Challa.
thanks for subscribing. Thank you for sticking
Bye-bye.
around. We hope that anybody who is watching this, because I can't imagine this is like in a high demand video, but I hope whoever's watching this realizes that we just like talking about this shit. Period.
Yeah.
I know we always make the thing like we'd be talking about it anyway, so why not put a camera on us? But we were just talking about this before the camera was on us. This
We've
is
been
just what we-
talking about this all day.
Yeah.
Because
This is
we're
what we
thinking
do.
like, what were we gonna make this video?
Yeah, yeah. This is just what we do, and if people like it, because I know I do, I just like sitting on the couch and talking about it. If people like it, then that's great. Because I know plenty of other channels do this, and I know when we're doing it, it might seem weird because it would seem weird for me. I was thinking like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
But why do I watch Collider videos? Why do I like when people do podcasts?
Because you want to hear different perspectives.
Exactly, because
It's
people
just fun,
do
yeah.
On
care.
the same thing
It's-
that you
it's-
talked about with your
Which
friends.
is why I like gabbing about this shit, and I hope everybody else does.
Yeah, and we're also thinking about doing like podcast stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in seeing that to any extent, so it's not cut up and kind of
Mhm.
edited, you would just see.
A live
Us.
conversation, and less like all over the place like this
Yeah,
one was.
yeah.
Less all over the place. More.
We would have like if you guys want to suggest something, we can talk about that, or we can kind of figure that out as
Yeah.
we go. But
like just topics in general.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be about movies.
also,
Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
That's probably what we would be most like knowledgeable about,
Yeah.
and like a lot of our personality and a lot of like stuff like that. But anything.
Also, like
And-
at local venues and stuff like that, maybe start doing stuff.
Yeah.
But
Pretty exciting.
just
Just cool.
putting it out there.
Just a little.
Putting it
Just a
out there.
little breadcrumbs.
also, we will never have a Patreon set up, but if we ever do, I hope you'll support us.
Yeah. Just for the future. We're looking ahead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Road to the future. You know
Road
what I'm saying?
To Infinity War.
And that is how you create a title for a movie YouTube video. You just improv it and then you go.
Yep.
Kyle, any last words for the people of America?
No.
My name is Damien.
My name is Kyle.
And I'm Alex.
We are Our Mind Center. We make short films and we review movies. And occasionally we just talk about random shit for a very long time. And until next time. And there will, of course, be a next time. Can we do an after credit scene for this video?
So you want me to roll credits?
No.
We just do this and then it cuts to like good. Like,
What is this?
Huh?
What is on this?
Come.
That's disgusting.
What
What
is
is
it?
this? Touch it. Smell it.
what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? That?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Is
It should be anything.
It's
It does
probably
kind of
nothing,
like
dude.
cheese.
It's probably
You know how
not
many
that
people
nasty.
are right here with food, drinks, or anything? Set it on there, put it like that. It might be cheese. it might be cheese.
Any amount
Pizza
of
cat.
cheese before a date, Charlie,
too much
is too
cheese.
much cheese. Did you point at the trash can?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably nastier in there.
Probably nastier in
Well, am I sitting on the trash can or am I sitting on the couch?
You're not sitting on the couch.
seen the rain?
I'm touching
You
it.
shouldn't have touched it, you idiot. You touched it again, so you, don't have
you
a
guys
problem.
want to
with it,
see what this hammer looks like?
You talking to the people or talking to me?